And we're live.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
I'm just going to go in our group and remind everybody that we are on now. And give some time for some people to come on in.
Okay.
All right. I know we talked offline, but Rick, I do appreciate you coming on. Take some of the pressure off of Tara and I, because we're like, what are we going to do?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Oh yeah, I don't
If it
mind
were
doing
up
this.
to the two of us.
I'll do the blinged. I can do the because I bling shoes too. So
Yeah, I didn't post any of those pictures because I knew tonight we were going to be working with some different materials. But I did put that in the short list of materials that I added on there. Like I said, if they don't have like the professional, then that's quite all right. They can use these other options they may already have on hand.
Well, see, I'm doing my crops.
yes.
So I'm just doing it messy
Yeah,
now, so that way I know what the foundation paint colors are. I'll touch them up after.
So I need to go buy me another little drill thing. Like I got this drill right here.
Okay.
And I don't like it. I think it's too heavy for what I'm trying to do. So somebody told me to go buy one of those like nail drills or something.
Or a Dremel.
Oh yeah, I have one of those. Yeah, Dremel, I have one of those. Well, yeah, I have one of those too.
A Dremel's better.
Okay. Because I seen some cute crops that I was like, oh, I got all the stones for that and some patches. And I have I don't know if I showed you, but Tara, the vinyls.
Yeah.
What's that for? What do you use the vinyl for?
Crocs.
It's kind of like leather.
Crocs and shoes and whatever.
And it's just regular vinyl?
Like leather. They're like fabric vinyl.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like a pleather.
Mm-hmm.
Like a pleather. That's what we used to call it back in the day.
Oh. Well, because I couldn't find canvas shoes in my white canvas shoes in my size here at Walmart or anything, I said, let me do the Crocs. I sanded the Crocs down. I drew with like a pencil. Then I put a Sharpie on it. And I said, let me start painting before the live just to see what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to do a messy paint just so I have my foundation colors. Then I can go back on, make it darker. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to make them look like comics. You know when they do the black line like on those cakes? To make it look like a comic book? I'm going to make these look like comic book Crocs.
Okay.
And I had ordered. I'm not gonna be able to do nothing as fancy as all of that. So whatever. I know you guys both have your degree in art or whatever. So I'm gonna have stick figures on the side of mine, and they're gonna be cool, just like yours.
Yeah, because I done seen some where they like take the fabric and kind of lay like a piece of it over there, and then they put the chains and.
Oh yeah, I've seen them with the jeans.
Right.
Yes, and I'm like, oh my god, them is so cute.
I like the ones that I've seen where they do like the distressed jean look on the Crocs with the chains and the stones and stuff. Like,
and I be trying not to throw these jeans out or give them away because I be like, oh, I can use these for something.
My very first sewing project, I took a pair of old jeans and made it into a purse.
I was gonna say that, but I got so much stuff now. My daughter already called me a hoarder, so.
Oh well, yeah, I own it. I'm a hoarder.
I'm not. I'm a serial crafter.
A serial crafter. Well, yeah, that too.
I'm not a hoarder.
I claim it all. I claim it all. I'm not ashamed. Not ashamed. So let's just do a quick little introduction. We'll do this a couple times during the live just to make sure when people are coming in a little bit later that they get the same information. So if this is the first time that you've joined us over here on this channel, thank you very much. I'm Genoa. I'm owner of Reca More and also owner and admin for Black Girls Crafting Network on Facebook. I am the curator of the channel, A Crafty Mess. We do this every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time Tara and I from Precious Delights Canada. She's the one that's down at the bottom. And then we have, for the first time, whoop, whoop, we have Reca Hamilton from Legesi Unleashed. And she's going to be doing a demonstration tonight on how to customize shoes. So if you are in Black Girls Crafting Network on Facebook, then you receive the list of the items that she typically uses when customizing her shoes. You also got a little mini list of, I guess, substitutions you can use, items that you may already have on hand. And if you have been here before, then you know that every week Tara and I, we tell you, we use our equipment that we have because we are the professionals and we have we've invested into those equipment, so we're going to use it to make it a little easier on us. But we always give you alternatives and things that you can use for items that you may have lying around at home or that you can easily pick up from discount stores like Dollarama, Dollar Tree, 99 cents only stores, so on and so forth. So tonight won't be any different from that. If you can, go ahead and say hello in the chat so that we know who you are, where you are, how you heard about this, if you're just scrolling. If you're too shy, I understand, but hopefully you'll stay tuned and you'll meet us back here next week. As always, disclaimer, if you are a crafter and you want to come on and you want to show us your craft, we are open to that always. We like to have people on to teach us what they know. Like, you know, it doesn't always have to be us. And we are open to having it at an earlier time if it would make it easier for people who are in different countries or in different time zones to be able to join us, because we know that this is a little bit late for those of you who are in other countries and or on the East Coast. I am around 7 p.m. my time here in California. I know that Reca is about 9 p.m. and Tara's on here at 10 o'clock. She's thugging it out with us every week. 10 o'clock.
Coffee and naps.
But, you know, we always talk to each other before the broadcast, and we get our naps in before we come on. So we're ready to go. This is our party every night on Friday. So at this point, I'm going to be quiet, and I'm going to let you guys say what you guys want to say, and then we'll get into it.
Well, I'm Tara Gooding. I'm up here in Quebec, Canada. I'm the owner of Precious Delights Canada. I'm predominantly a paper crafter, but like I said earlier, I am a serial crafter, so I try all the things. I'm also a digital artist, and I do host some craft fairs here in my city of Montreal and surrounding areas.
All right. I am Reca. I am the owner of Legesi Unleashed. I do mainly a lot of customs. I'm also an artist. I do portraits as well. Actually, I do a lot of, like Tara, serial crafter. I do a lot of stuff. Chessboards, I work with prison, I work with it all. Whatever intrigues me, I'm working with it. But my first love is art, and then, you know, the customizing. I love to customize shoes. So
make sure that you guys follow these lovely ladies. They are amazing artists. So if you had the opportunity to experience that on our previous lives, but hopefully you guys will all take advantage of checking these women out, and you could definitely learn something. Now, Reca is new to coming on the lives with us on Friday, but I know that Tara does a lot of lives and other things on her own. So if you want to shout some of that out right now, you can.
Well, I've cut down on the Wednesday lives, but I'm starting my Let's Talk Crafts again. It's Let's Talk Crafts. It's usually on Sundays on Instagram at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Starting the first weekend of May, I'm going to do that first episode again on Instagram, but then I'm going to rotate. Every other Sunday will be here on YouTube on my Precious Delights Canada channel. So it's going to be 8:30 every other Sunday. It's going to be Let's Talk Crafts. I'll show some tips and tricks. I'll have guests as well. And then it's just another outlet for me to share what it is that I do. I don't edit anything. You will see the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'm open to questions. I'm open to ideas. You can even throw ideas at me as to whether what craft you want me to attempt to do. If it's something I haven't already done. I'm okay with making a fool of myself, so you guys don't have to.
And her lives are really good. So
Thank you.
I sit there and watch and learn something. So Reca does have a YouTube channel. However, we are going to be partnering up on this channel initially to do some demonstrations, because what she does, unlike when we're working with paper crafts or what have you, it takes days to complete. You have to allow things to dry, cure, and stuff like that before you move on. So she's going to go over in as much detail as she can tonight, so that we can possibly try and duplicate something, on our own. But we're going to work on doing some videos and editing them down. So, of course, you can't sit there for 3 full days and yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to turn it over to you then, girls.
All righty. So y'all bear with me. First time. Some of the supplies that I have to like prep is what did I do with it? Oh, there it is. Some 100% acetone. Y'all can get this at Dollar Tree. Family Dollars, Dollar Tree, they sell them 100% acetone. It works just fine. And then I usually get the you can get the cotton balls. I like the rounds, the little cotton rounds better. Pull something out. And I actually just seen somebody do this one day. They had a little jar. So I already have some in there, but I've been using them. But I just stick them in there and then just pour some of that in there to saturate it.
Oh, okay. So do you like pre-make them and you could just pull them out like, okay, that makes
pull them out
sense.
as needed. Mm-hmm.
Right, that makes perfect sense.
Yep, shake them up, let them get all soaking nice and soaked up. So the first step is this is a old shoe that I got, so I'm just gonna work with this one. You may not have these. You really don't have to use these. Sometimes I'll stuff the shoe with some, plastic bags or some paper or whatever, just kind of just something to keep a form on the shoe. Okay. But I got this because I think it came in one of the kits I bought from Angelus. So yeah, I can go over some of the supplies, some of the paints and stuff that I have before I start that part. I'm so used to using this Alpha Flex that I'll be forgetting about my Angelus paints.
Now, you were the reason that I got the Angelus paints, but
well, that's what I started off with at first.
Is there a difference between the two?
No, I don't think it is. I just like it because the bottle is bigger and it's easier for me to just squeeze out.
And what about in terms of like availability and cost and things like that?
So Alpha Flex, I actually signed up for like a membership. I think it was like, I want to say it was like $40 a month or something like that. And then they send you get a mystery box. So you don't know what you're getting, but you're getting different color paints every time. So you'll get like paints. They'll send you like brushes or, just stuff to use to customize shoes or whatever you're going to customize with. So you get like 3 things. Either sometimes it'll be like 3 paints or 4 paints plus like other, stuff in the little box too.
Okay. So when we're getting ready to customize these shoes, I'm assuming that we're gonna first thing is take out.
Are those fabric?
These are leather.
Okay. Because I was gonna say if they fabric, you don't really need any like prep to the fabric ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
Oh, okay.
it's just like clothes. But when you're using the fabric, even though I use either the Angelus or the Alpha Flex, I like to use the GAC. I like to use this.
Okay. And what is that?
It's an additive, a fabric additive. So it helps the paint adhere better to the fabric cloth.
So I do have something that I purchased a while ago.
And there's
because
different
before I talked to you and I got the Angelus paints, I was looking and I saw that you can get like a fabric additive and just use acrylic paint.
Yep.
So I know that I have that somewhere, probably in the other craft room, because I had to actually hunt for these shoes because I've had them for 3 years and I didn't even remember where I had put them at. So
with the cloth, with the fabric shoes, you can use this. You don't even have to use the Angelus. I like using it because it's more durable, and I know it's gonna last longer. But you can use acrylics with it, and then just hit it with the heat gun to basically seal it up. It's like you're heat pressing it.
Really?
Okay. That's
Yep.
awesome. Okay, so I don't know that I want to go in on these because
you don't know what to do.
I'm a craft hoarder. I don't want to mess them up. So I have another pair that I was practicing on.
Yeah, get those out.
Oh, I'm gonna go grab those. But you can go ahead and continue.
So these are the Angelus paints. They're smaller. What I like about the Angelus paints is you get them. They're more variety. You get more colors.
Okay.
In the Angelus paints than you will with the Alpha Flex.
Are they solely for leather and canvas?
Yep. It says leather paints here. You can, but you know what? I use these on clothes. I use them on clothes as well. I just add that additive in there, and I'll paint on clothes as well with these.
Okay.
So we have dot. I'm gonna go with the red today because of what I'm gonna do with this shoe. Got to shake it up because they'll sit. Sometimes if they sit too long, the colors will kind of pull away. So first step is to grab your little cotton ball, your little cotton pads, and we're just gonna clean the shoe. There's like when you buy shoes, the leather shoes, there's like a coat on top there that you want to take off of there.
So you're basically stripping the leather.
Yep, stripping it down.
Okay.
Yep, so that the paint can adhere better too.
So it's similar to like what I did with the croc, other than with the croc, I sanded it to give it more texture.
And you'll be able to tell because like you'll see a shiny side. You guys can't see it on here, but I can see it. It'll be shiny on this side is shiny and this side is dull because it's the side that I just wiped off. And it'll look real dull. But yeah, you want to make sure you wipe that off real good. Clean it off real good.
So I have to find a space on this that I can actually play with. I have so many things on this shoe from practicing.
Let me see.
So this was the practice shoe that I had when I was attempting to customize the Air Force Ones for my customer. They wanted a SpongeBob theme. So I was trying to figure out what would be the best method. So here, let me turn this light off. Here I have one of the jellyfish. And that was in water slide paper.
Oh,
So I did clear water slide. You turn the shoe this way, that little flower, I don't know where it's at because it's backwards, that little flower right there,
Mm-hmm.
that's also water slide. But then the baby SpongeBob and the baby, God dang it, I never can figure out where the camera is. This is my problem every week. The baby SpongeBob and the baby Patrick, I did in printable heat transfer vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
I printed that out, cut them out, and then I have like a little tiny mini iron.
Yep, I have one of those. I love that little thing.
But then on the other side of the shoe, you can see that is an embroidery patch that I also just put on the side of the shoe with iron.
So you know that you can do SpongeBob, you know, for people that aren't, you know, very artistic and can't draw, like you can literally go buy the fabric, the character fabrics.
Right. The only reason why I was having such a hard time with it is because she wanted it to be a Louis Vuitton SpongeBob thing. So they have images online that is SpongeBob with the Louis Vuitton, you know, like the LV has the little sponge holes in it and stuff like that. So I couldn't do it out of fabric. I had to print the images some kind of way. So I liked it best. And the ones that I ended up making for her and selling to her was the ones that I ended up doing with the water slide paper.
Oh yeah, I've done
because
slide.
You couldn't even really tell. Like it first of all, it lays completely flat because the water slide paper is so thin. With the heat transfer vinyl, even with me cutting around and not leaving like any bleed around the image at all, you can still see that it's not flush onto the shoe. You know what I'm saying? That is probably not going to bother anyone but me, but it did bother me because I'm like, you can look at it and tell that I just put something on the shoe versus like design in the shoe. But those water slide images, that little flower right there.
Yep, I have some of that stuff downstairs. I did my daughter some memorial shoes for her play sister, and she wanted butterflies with her picture on there. So that's what we did. And they came out really, really good.
I loved it. Now, I don't know if water slide has a shelf life.
Well, once you do it, then that's when you hit it with the sealers and.
No, I mean like before you print on it, if it has a shelf life. Because the last time I tried to print with the water slide, I sealed it with the acrylic sealer, a few times or whatever, but it still started to bleed as soon as I put it in the water.
Oh,
did you spray it?
So I was like,
did you spray it?
I sprayed it several times and let it dry. Yeah,
it may have been
and then I go over it a little bit more with the heat gun as well.
Yeah, because usually if you spray it with that, it's not supposed to bleed. So I'm gonna start with this red. I just put the red. Y'all, go grab y'all some paper plates. I mean, I have some palettes around here somewhere, but they full of paint. I don't feel like cleaning them up. So I just started grabbing paper plates. Paper plates don't cost you much. Just grab you a pack of $1 paper plates and you can slap as much paint in there as you want. So what I'm going to do with this shoe is, because I'm going to put fabric on it as well. I'm going to paint this section red, this section red. I'm going to leave this white. I may do red bottoms, but that'll be a whole nother thing for the red bottoms. I might come on another time to show you guys how, because the red bottoms is like a process. it's like a real tedious process. So you can tape. Some people tape it off. I use just regular masking tape. You can go get this. I usually I don't get mine from the dollar store because the tape is not sturdy enough for me. I usually get it from like Home Depot or Lowe's or something because I know it's going to be sturdy once I start cutting it and stuff. But I'm sure Walmart may have some sturdier ones too. So some people usually just tape off. Since I'm not going to paint this part, they usually tape off this part, but I'm not going to tape it off because I have a pretty steady hand, so I can just paint without going outside the line.
So are you doing a certain theme or just like certain colors?
So I'm actually doing, I have, put this down. I'll be forgetting I be having paintbrushes in my hand sometimes. I think one day I had it like this and I stuck the paint in my mouth, like literally.
It sounds like something I would do.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what we're working on for the two people that just joined is customizing shoes. So Reca's going to be doing a demonstration showing us how she customizes her shoes for her business, Legesi Unleashed. And that's what's going on. So I'm just answering some of the question that popped up. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I have that Gucci. Remember the fabric I just showed you earlier? I have that fabric that's what I'm gonna put on there.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I have not. So I'm here learning with everyone else. Reca, the question is, have you tried hydro dipping?
I have. So I don't like hydro dipping. Yeah, the hydro dipping it's tedious. I don't like it because it's real messy. And then I guess if I practice a little bit more, maybe I can get it. But when I did it like the first 3 times that I did it,
it's like a one shot. If you messed it up,
when I did it the first 3 times, yeah, because I dipped it. I followed the instructions and then I dipped the shoe, pulled it out, and it was just glumped up. And I'm like, yeah. So I literally had to kind of take that off of the shoe. I was
the
like,
only hydro dipping I ever attempted was doing a nail design on my fingers and it didn't work. So yeah, that's my sole and only experience with that.
I think I'm the only one that likes it because I've done coffee mugs. I love doing it with the coffee mugs with nail polish.
Okay. See, y'all.
Well, see, I did it. Maybe I need to try it with something different. I tried it with the spray paints. That's what I tried it with.
I just use nail polish.
And I've seen people, you can literally buy the designed hydro dip patterns and lay it in the water.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Oh yeah, because the backing dissolves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to put it, spray like a little additive or something on it. And then
I have a friend who does silk scarves.
They have a place here in Dallas, and I keep saying I want to go. So because I really want to learn how to do that, where they do the
Japanese silk scarves.
Yes, they put the pattern in the water and then they lay the scarf in there and then they drag the scarf up. They are so beautiful.
Yep.
So I have a question, Reca. Like I've had these paints forever and obviously I've never used them before because I just opened it and I realized that it has a brush inside the bottle.
Uh-huh.
Do you ever use that?
You can use it. Yeah, you can use it.
So then that would cut down on having to have brushes and or multiple.
Yeah, you
brushes.
can use it for like wide areas, but if you're trying to get down into like, smaller areas or corners or something, I wouldn't use that brush because
Right.
it's gonna flow over onto an area that you don't want to paint on.
Right. Okay.
That's why I don't use it. Like if I use the Angelus ones, how I do it is I'll just take it out and just like this area here that I know I'm going to paint. I'll just take that brush and just kind of splot places all over it. And then I'll just go get a regular brush and then start spreading it out.
Okay.
So you will do like multiple coats.
How many do you recommend?
I usually do 3.
Okay. And are you having to let it dry in between you do the coats? Or can I?
So you can let it dry, or you can get your handy dandy heat gun.
Oh, okay.
And blow it. But if you're doing thin layers, by the time you paint to the other side, that other side is pretty much almost dry, and you can just come back and go back over it. So what I usually do is just paint the whole shoe area, what I'm going to paint, the color that I'm going to paint. And then by the time when I'm done with that, I'll go back to where I started at, and that area is dry, and then I'll just start, another coat.
Okay. So T says you guys have skills. I'm learning how to do rolling trays. I have an excellent tutorial on this channel, T, for rolling trays, like doing designs for them. We just had 420 yesterday, so happy 420 to all those that partake. And if you guys know me, you know I definitely do partake. So those are always a hit for.
And another thing, when you're painting, make sure that your lines are smooth. You don't want to leave you don't want to have like streak in there. Because if you have it, when you go layer and go over it, it'll show.
Tony.
So did you just see my shoe and that's why you said that? Because I immediately went back over all the streaks that I had.
No, I was trying to do that too. So when I was painting, I'm like, oh man, there's so many streaks. I'm like, but I could just do layers.
Yeah, but it's like if the streaks is like because the paint isn't thinned out all the way.
Okay.
So if the paint isn't thinned out all the way, when you go over it in a layer, you're going to see that streak. So you're going to have to go over it like multiple times to get rid of it.
Okay, so I'm fine with mine having streaks. So I want it to look like artistic. You know what I mean? I don't mind the streaks. I like that. See, so this is what I've done so far.
Cute.
Nice.
So when I do the black lines and I turn it into a cartoon shoe, and I had ordered some, what are they called? Jibbits or whatever they're called?
Gibbets.
That's it. I ordered some. So they should be cute.
Okay, so you can make your own.
Is that using the shrinky
own?
Yeah, you can make your own. You can print it out on that. I forgot the name of that paper.
Yeah, the shrinky dink.
Yeah. Yep. Print it out on there and stick it in the oven.
Yeah. Done that. But I found some really cute ones because when I do my events, I don't have a table of my own for my own business, but I like to have little side things. So at least this way, like if I sell cotton candy, I could sell some whatever those things. Croc charms. I don't know how you pronounce that. Jibbits, whatever it is. Jibbits. Sorry, but look, you have to remember too, right? I speak French, so certain things don't work well in French. So I want to get some of those and sell them on the side during my craft fairs.
So there's another question, and I think this would be more for you, Reca.
Okay.
Because
Sure.
I've only done one custom pair of Air Force Ones. The question is, when you do sell your shoes, how much do you charge?
So I know everybody charges differently. Me, I charge a base rate for adults at like 175, and that's not including the shoe.
So you buy the shoe for them, or they have to supply you the shoe?
So either they can let me know what size they wear, and then I'll purchase the shoe and add the shoe price in with it. But just to customize, it's 175 just to customize. And that's for adults. For kids, I charge 75 just to customize.
And they have to provide the shoe.
Mm-hmm. Either they provide the shoe or I can purchase the shoe and just add it into the price.
Okay, so I was a little low on my price that I charged. So the customer provided the shoe and I charged them $110.
That's still not bad. Yeah, that's not
but
bad.
if I could get 175.
And I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why I do 175 is because a lot of my shoes have actual artwork. I literally have to draw on these shoes.
Right.
So, I'm sitting here spending time drawing on these shoes, and then I have to paint in all of the characters that they want and everything. So it's like, and sometimes I'll have like probably a 2-character minimum. If they want more characters than that, we upcharge them because it takes so much time to draw those characters out.
Well, not only that, you're doing shoes. So if you're drawing out characters, they're going to want it to be the same or as similar as possible on both shoes and not have two totally shoes that don't even look like they go together, right?
Right.
That's going to take more time too.
This is the front part done.
Oh, you so fast.
And remember when I was telling you by the time you finish like one side, this side right here is where I started it. It's almost dry, so I can go back over it.
Right. Okay.
So, but what I'm going to do is because I'm painting this part red, this part, and this part red, I'm just going to go ahead and just paint this and this red and then go back to my beginning once I'm done, once I work my way around the shoe. And like I say, people, they can, you can take the stuff off if you want to, but since I have a pretty steady hand, I don't really.
So my hand is not steady at all, but what I did, and I don't know if this is right or wrong or what have you, but I just took a really small paintbrush and dipped it in some of this acetone and went around.
To clean it?
Yeah, to clean it off.
Mm-hmm.
To get the paint off the areas that I don't want to. This is what I've done so far. I've just made the front of the shoe. I hate the camera.
Is it pink?
I never figure it out.
Is it pink?
Yeah.
Okay.
See?
Nice. See?
So to kind of match with that embroidery thing that I had already stuck on the side of the shoe.
Yep.
So now I have no idea what to go on that or over that.
I'm gonna stick that brush in there for a minute. I just want to bring this up here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll move this out the way real quick. But this is the airbrush that I use.
Oh, okay. Fancy.
So I just bought this one. The other one that I had, the compressor went kapoop on me. So this is my brand new baby.
Congratulations.
Right. And it came with like three guns. So I'm like, woo, I got 3 guns. But if I wanted to do it really, really quick, and some people do airbrush to get airbrush gives it a smoother texture. Like It looks really, really smooth. But I can do it because I've been painting it so long. I can paint it to where it looks like it's been airbrushed because it'll look smooth as well. But if I'm airbrushing, everything will get taped off. This will get taped off. The sole will get taped off. Everywhere where I don't want paint to go is getting taped off. Even the insides is getting taped off. So, and then you just take the airbrush and pop.
You need to go get that money too, because you don't have to do expensive shoes. But you know, if they're gonna pay $150, $200 just for some blank shoes, they're gonna be willing to pay an extra $175, $200 for you to customize them. You think of these celebrities when they're going into these stores and they're getting those one of a kind shoes, they're paying thousands of dollars.
Yeah, they are. So one of my mentors that used to that I talked to, that when I first started doing this, he was helping me out. I haven't talked to him in a minute. But his shoes was when I told him what I was charging, he was like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Is that too low?" I mean, it was like the way that he said it. I was like, "Wait a minute, hold up." He was
basically like, that's what he was telling you.
Right. He was like, no offense, but you know, he's like, that's what I do for a sale. And I'm like, oh wow.
Right. When you just trying to give something away or something.
Yeah. And he was like, he'll do that for like when he's, you know, he's just trying to get some more customers in, and he does it for sale. And I'm like, okay. But I think his shoes were running. If you really pan it out, by the time they buy the shoe and add the $175, I think it's the base price with the shoes and everything without them doing the shoes is between like $250 to $300. And that's with the shoes and everything.
I paid $250 for a bottom grill with only 2 open faces on it. So yeah. I would definitely pay that for some custom shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I am not as talented as Tara or I was gonna call you Legesi, Reca. When it comes
you
to
keep saying
drawing,
that, but she really is talented, y'all.
When
Yeah,
it comes
we
to
just ignore it.
drawing, right? But baby, yes, I still will put some images on these and seal them up like I drew it on there. And you can accomplish that several ways. So Reca is doing it the 100% professional way, right?
Right.
Noah is gonna do it. I'm using water slide. I'm using printable vinyl. I'm using. Hey, I've even done napkins with Mod Podge, fabric with Mod Podge. There's ways that you can get it done. Now I do have another question for you, Reca.
I'm gonna tell you too. You can actually use stencils. So if you guys have Cricuts, I know y'all probably masters at the Cricuts. You know, you can go in and get you an image and do like a silhouette of the image that you want. Take it out, tape it onto the shoe, and then just paint it like that.
Right. So the question I was going to ask you before we went live, when we were in backstage talking, getting prepared to go live, I saw that you had a projector.
Uh-huh.
Do you use the projector when you're making your shoes?
No.
No?
No.
Probably get small.
Let me tell you about the projector for.
Is that for your rugs?
Yep.
Okay.
The projector is for the rugs that I've never even opened the gun yet. So
oh, kind of like the shoes that I had to go hunting for in order for us to go live because they've been in the closet for 3 years.
But if I have to do something and like if I don't feel like drawing it out, and I know it's gonna take me forever, and I need to get this done, yeah, I probably will break out the projector and just trace it or whatever, and do it that way, or I'll print out a stencil and do it like that.
So what I did see one gentleman do when he was customizing his shoe, I watched a YouTube video of his, and what he did was he printed it out on carbon paper.
Yep.
And then used the carbon paper to trace it onto the shoe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so basically what I do on those, because what I usually do, if I'm tracing something, all I'm doing is just tracing the outline of it. The details, you got to literally go in and just do the details. But as long as I got that of the character or whatever I'm drawing, that proportion of it, then I'm good. Then I can go in, and details is like easy peasy for me.
Makes sense. Now me, I'm gonna need all the details to transfer to, or we're gonna be SOL. We are going to be SOL if I don't have all the deets.
So I'm using this little brush because that bigger brush was too big to get up in this little thing, and I didn't want to get paint all over the place. Oh, so I'm not worried about if I get paint on this stuff right here. I'm not even worried about getting paint on that because I'm actually going to put fabric on there. But let me show y'all something really, really cool. Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, did I leave them downstairs? Oh, I think I did. Oh, no, I didn't. There they go. Glad I wasn't sitting down trying to grab stuff.
Oh, I am not at all skilled.
So these little things, I love these little things. So these are what they're like little, there the camera. Look, I'm getting like you.
Oh, I've seen people use those on TikTok.
Yeah. So if you want to, when you're getting ready to, and it works for like, if you're going to do a whole shoe, fabric shoe and just one color, just use this.
You can do that on a whole shoe?
Yeah. Just use this. Because you don't even have to use a brush. Just put that, stick it in there, soak it up, saturate it, and then and the paint will literally come off of there onto the fabric and just soak in and adhere to there. So yeah, I love these.
When I see it, it's so satisfying because it looks like they barely are touching, and it just fills the whole little area with all the. Yeah, I love watching.
Yes, I love it. Every time I get ready, I'll be like, "Oh, where my thing at? It's time to do it now."
That's an awesome thing. So what I did was just right now, I'm not confident at all in my drawing abilities. So I just printed out this cute little image right off of my computer, and I printed it onto some heat transfer vinyl, printable heat transfer vinyl that's for dark material.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna just put that on my shoe. Now I probably should have made it bigger. Let's see if I can print it again and do it bigger.
And see, that's what I want to put a picture on mine, but I want to use the direct to the DT.
The DTF. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to use the DTF on those because I think the quality of it and it's more vibrant to me.
So I'm actually going to run this back through and print it just a little bit bigger.
So yeah, get that done. So yeah, the Nike sign is gonna stay white, and then this fabric is gonna go
behind
right.
it.
And
So,
some people usually cut this off and put it on there.
Yeah, I was gonna
And then
just
sew
ask
it
you
back.
that.
But I don't. I've been actually looking for the machine to do that. I don't have the machine to do it right now. So when I get ready to put that fabric on there, what I'm gonna do is just tape it off, and then take like a pen or a pencil or whatever and outline it. Yep,
Okay.
pull it off, cut it up, and then place it there as my template. So.
Okay.
Sure, let's see. Let's see.
Pardon?
So this is bigger. But
And she over there working real good.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
She all quiet. She focused.
She's got. We'll see. What did we do last week? Wood burning. Okay, and then what did we do the week before that? Epoxy. Okay, so you about 2-3 weeks up on me right now, Tara, and I'm not liking that, but it's okay. It's
but
all
this
right.
for me,
I'll get
this for
over
me is
it.
a messy craft. This one is like a no-brainer because I just drew some wiggles and whatever else, and I'm just painting it. I just wanted to have fun. The main part afterwards is when I put the black lines on and make it look like it's a comic book. That's what I'm looking for.
I put some comic book
that sounds good and everything, but whatever. But whatever.
Because I wasn't really I'm not gonna lie, when I was tracing, I was like, I don't want to do this. Then I started painting it. Then I started painting it.
And I was gonna message you like, girl, I talked to you this morning. You said you was coming. Okay, so Treese asked. She says she's came in late, but can you use fabric pens?
But yes, you can use the fabric pens as well.
And you can use Sharpies too, right?
Yep, I see a lot of people using those fabric pens lately.
And they're using the acrylic paint, the pens, the Postos.
Yep, and they're just literally sitting there just coloring them in. I kind of wonder about those though, because it's like, how much paint are you getting in there? Are you going to be able to do the whole shoe?
You have to buy probably like 2 packs.
Right.
And the Posca paint is extremely thick. So it's a more of a topical paint. It's not really going to be absorbed into the leather or into the canvas. It really just sits there and it cakes up. And if you do put too much, it will crack.
Yeah, I would probably, those pens like that, I would probably just use those for like, if you're
the details.
Yeah, for the details.
Okay, so really quickly, and I know I say really quickly all the time and I'm never real quick, but anyways, just a brief rundown. If you are late coming into the live, we're getting a demonstration by Reca Hamilton, and I'm gonna add Tara to that too, because she over there doing her fucking thing too. Excuse me, I mean a curse. Sorry, it just came out real quick. But the haterism just came out real quick. The hater.
I see that, man. Dang. You bitter Betty. What the heck?
Bitter Betty, because you guys are so good. We're getting a demo by Reca from Legesi Unleashed on how she customizes her shoes. And then Tara's down there, like I said, doing her thing as well. And then I'm just over here in the intermediate remedial side, trying to do the best that I could do. So you remember back in the day when we would watch those Jane Fonda videos and they'd have like the advanced person in the back doing all the exercise full force? I'm the one that's off on the side with the peg leg that is barely moving.
You're so wrong.
That's me. So Reca has all of
what happened?
Okay, I gotta go to the comments now because you're laughing too hard.
Okay, so Shatrice has a group on Facebook, and in the group, she does engagement posts daily. I try to be on top of them and engage as much as I can. So today, the question in her group was, what was your weekly win? And I said, my weekly win for today was I haven't cursed anyone out this week. And so now, just after my hater episode, she told me she's taking my weekly win back.
She just cussed me out over a crock.
After I was just begging her before we came on, telling her how she was my
Well,
only friend.
this is just one coat, everybody. This is just one coat.
It's still very vibrant, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this all professional.
This is that's the Alpha Flex paint that I'm using. So
okay.
But yeah, that's just one coat, and I'm liking it so far. These are gonna look really, really nice when I'm done.
It already looks nice. Even if it were to just be like that, that would be something that somebody is not going to be able to just pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Like now you're making me want to go buy a pair of Vans and just decorate my own Vans.
And that's the thing. People was like, oh, what kind of shoes do you do? Because I can customize on any shoe, any color. It doesn't matter. Hold that thought. Let me go grab these shoes real quick.
So Tara is working on some custom Crocs that she's gonna do in like the retro kind of cartoony pop art style.
Yep.
Reca has some Air Force Ones that she's over there doing her thizzle on. And I have the little Payless specials that I took out of my daughter's closet that she couldn't fit anymore. So like I said, levels. And I'm obviously on the bottom level when it comes to this one.
Okay, I'm back.
We missed you.
So, these.
I see your little comment, Tara.
These right here. These were all pink when I bought these. They were all pink.
Wait, what is that? Mini? Paw Patrol Cocomelon?
Cocomelon. Cocomelon.
They're adorable.
And so I painted over the pink. I cleaned them up and everything. Did my prep and everything, and then just painted over them. So I did the yellow. This base was pink. I painted that part blue. And then the fabric, I put some fabric on there, but it's actually not fabric. It's actually ribbon, guys. This is what I used.
So is that ribbon shiny?
So it has like some on the edges, it has like a little decorative gold piece around the edges.
Smart.
So because I couldn't find any Cocomelon, and I was like, I got tired. I've done so many Cocomelon shoes before, and I didn't want to kind of keep doing them all kind of similar. Mm-hmm. I wanted something different. So I figured I'd do these with the fabric on them and the rhinestones. I don't know if you guys can see. I put the rhinestones on the Nike sign.
They're so cute.
So yeah, you can do a whole lot. I'm gonna start this second coat on this one. And I was just looking up, y'all. I don't even know. I don't even have the other shoe to this one. I think it's that. I'm like, wait a minute, where's the other shoe? Yeah, those don't go. So I'll find it. So I'm gonna go over with the second coat.
So I'll just show you Treese and then anybody who was late joining. So this was a shoe that I just like practiced on because I was making some custom Air Force Ones for a customer and they wanted a SpongeBob theme, and I hate where the hell was the damn camera. So that little jellyfish, that SpongeBob jellyfish, I actually added that to the shoe using water slide paper. The image on the side here of SpongeBob and Patrick, those are using printable heat vinyl, the dark fabric one. And then this on the side of the shoe is actually an embroidery patch. So it has the glue on the back of it already, and I just use my little handheld iron to apply that to the side of the shoe. So these are my practice shoes. And it's time for me to order some more vinyl, obviously.
And I know y'all probably see, I'm just painting it. I'm just painting. It don't matter if I get paint inside there or not, because fabric is going in there. But if you're going to paint that a different color, like if it's a lighter color, then you can always get like a Q-tip, dip it in some acetone, and clean that up.
So maybe third time is a charm. I'm actually going to print the image one more again.
One more again?
Because I think, yeah, one more again. Because
I like that. One more again.
I printed it on.
You've never heard that saying?
I'm in Canada.
Oh.
She's not from here.
That's my excuse.
Well, look, she's wailing Cali, and we say it. That I thought it was like a down south saying.
Yeah.
And I'm in French Canada, so there's a lot of stuff I won't hear.
Yeah, I'm in Black Cali.
Like when you go grocery shopping, you know, people say, I'm going to make groceries.
You're going to make groceries?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't make groceries. I go grocery shopping, but
okay. Going to make groceries. Okay.
Yeah, they say that, make groceries.
Mm-hmm. Going to make groceries.
Okay, so while we're on the subject, if you were leaving or coming into a room and you wanted the light on or off, how do you ask someone to do that?
Turn on the light.
They turn it on, or do they cut it on? Because some people say cut it off, or
no, you can cut off the lights, but you turn on the lights. You cut it off, but you turn them on.
Sometimes I'd be like, cut them lights on.
Mm-hmm.
That don't make sense.
See?
I just glitched.
No, I'll be like, look, cut them lights on.
No, you just
exactly.
No, it's cut them off.
So last week we had this whole debate over spaghetti sandwiches. Tara doesn't understand like why anyone would eat a spaghetti sandwich.
So no, my daughters, they kills me because I say it too every now and then. You know, when you getting ready to, but it's not getting ready to, is I'm finna go down here to stop. Look, I'm finna go to the store. Who coming?
Another favorite of mine, and you know what's so bad? I am the worst when it comes to critiquing and correcting people on their grammar. But I believe there is a big difference between purposely speaking like that and just not knowing. So I guess, yeah. Anyways, I'm always finna or finto or finsta. Another favorite of mine is I'm is.
Yes.
I love saying that. But sometimes
I have to, like, you know how when you go to work, because I work in corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta turn off my country, my hood, and turn on my corporate America.
That's what they say, code switching. You got a code switch.
So you say I is?
Ms.
Me is? Because we have a thing here where we'll say me I. Me I will be going here, or a lot of ethnic groups will say me I, like Italians, the Greeks, like me I.
Okay.
That's very popular here.
Is I apostrophe M-M-I-S. Is.
Yep. And I have to correct my grandbabies.
So that's the response if someone is asking if you're going to go somewhere or if you're going to do something. Is.
Yeah, that's the and you hear that a lot from the kids. The kids say it a lot. Because my grandbabies do it all the time. You clean up that is. Yeah, is.
Is.
That hurt my head.
Yeah, that's one of my oldies but goodies.
Nope.
Oldies but goodies. So yeah, we're constantly comparing the French Canadian experience to the Black hood experience here in the United States. Because
but even within Quebec, well, even within Canada itself, because I am Canadian, my province is Canadian, but they also separatists, separatists. They want Quebec to be kind of separate because we are French. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the rest of Canada that we don't understand either because we're French. But yeah, we have different sayings. Like we have yeah means yeah, and no means no. No, yeah, no. Like we mix things up. So we have our own little things. Like you guys have your finna, we have our things too.
What's funny is that, like, okay, I'm dating myself and probably embarrassing myself as well, but I don't get embarrassed like that. But y'all know how crazy I am. But if I were to start singing this like national childhood hood, what would you call it? Song, chant, hymn. What's funny is like this, because when I did work in Corda, I went through the office and I was asking like all of the people that were there, no matter what country and or state, city, whatever they came from, if they knew this childhood song. And everyone knew the song. Now they might have like one or two little variations of the song, but everyone knew the premise of the song. So I'm only going to say the first line. And Reca, I know if you know what song I'm talking about. As we sing the song to each other, usually in a circle. And the first line of the song is, "Ain't your mama pretty?
I got meatballs in my."
Huh?
I got bacon and eggs between my legs.
That went right over my head.
I'll have to say it online.
And we used to get in trouble singing that song. Well, I come in the house from singing it. Shut your mouth.
It's from Kansas City. That's far from me. Yes. But she knows the song. One of my best friends at my job that I worked at, he was from Georgia. He knew the song. And I'm like, see, okay, so that really truly is a universal hood child song.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is. Definitely is.
So y'all don't have to tell on yourself, but if you know what song I'm talking about, just put something in the chat. Let me know that you know what song I'm referring to.
Don't let us know y'all hood.
Yeah, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it.
I was on the phone with a client one day, and I was talking to him, and I was getting frustrated with him. And I guess he heard me getting frustrated with him. And so he kind of calmed down, and I calmed down. And then right before the conversation ended, and he said, "You're in Dallas, right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I can hear it in your voice. You real country."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, did I bring the country out of me? I must have been mad.
You don't have no control over it when you're mad. It's just gonna come.
So you were mad.
I was irritated. I probably was just more irritated than anything. Because if I got to stay on the phone with you more than 10, 15 minutes saying the same stuff over and over again, it's like, dude, come on now. At this point, my level is, I'm through.
And I worked for the phone company out here for 16 years. Been there, done that. Mute used to be my friend, and my coworkers, they would laugh at me because they would say, when you're on the phone, you sound like a completely different person. And then I press that mute button and I'll be cursing you out, baby. And then I get back and be, yes, sir, I'm still here. Take your time. Yeah.
Yeah, I do that a lot too. I definitely do that a lot.
Okay.
I turn around and talk to my coworkers and be like, this month.
All right, so I changed up my image that I'm going to use. I didn't like that one, and then I had to reprint it because I think I printed it on light transfer paper. I'm going to just do this little Hello Kitty now. So these ladies, if you're just joining us, I see there are more people in the chat now than were here just a few minutes ago. Thank you very much. I'm Genoa with The Crafty Mess. I'm the owner of Reca Hamilton, and I have here our weekly co-host, Tara Gooding. She's owner of Precious Delights Canada. And we have Reca, who is longtime friend and mod for Black Girls Crafting Network on Facebook. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and join the group. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you're following. And follow these ladies on their social media platforms as well. You can find Tara at Precious Delights Canada, and Reca is owner of Legesi Unleashed. Reca is doing a demo for us this evening to show us how she customizes her shoes. And Tara's down there doing her thing as well, kicking my butt. And I am here for all the remedial students.
Kill me.
With basic skills and supplies.
I'm gonna hit this. And guys, if you guys don't have like a heat gun, you can always use a blow dryer.
Okay.
You don't have to, I think this
because
this
I can't
cost
draw.
like,
I'm using heat transfer vinyl. These ladies are actually painting.
What did I do?
And instead of using my little mini iron, I'm gonna just use my heat gun to melt this to the shoe.
So I have a little spot that I'm looking at now where I didn't spread that paint out all the way. So this is what I'm gonna do. If you are painting and you happen to come across, like, if you're just painting and you're gonna get streaks sometimes. So if you find somewhere where the paint didn't thin out as well as the rest of it did, just dip your brush in this acetone and kind of just go over it to kind of smooth it out or clean it up, and then just go back over it and just repaint it.
Okay. I didn't like the way that turned out. I don't want to have to hook up my iron. But I may have to because that wasn't it.
I'm so glad y'all can't hear my grandbabies.
They running amok.
They downstairs screaming and hollering.
How old are they?
11 and 7.
Uh-huh. Earlier on, my soon-to-be 18-year-old, he was on the road. So when you saw me talking, but you couldn't hear me, it's because I had put on mute. He came upstairs and gave me some sushi.
Ew.
You don't like sushi?
Oh, I can't.
I love it.
I don't know why. I mean, because I love pretty much most like Asian cuisine, no matter what country it's coming from. It's this I can't do the seaweed. I don't like the way seaweed tastes, so that's one thing.
I love it.
But even the ones that don't have a seaweed wrapper, I still can't because I don't like whatever they do to the rice.
Oh, it's like a vinaigrette sort of thing they put.
Vinegar, sugar, and like it's just I don't like the way that tastes.
It's delicious.
So it's always something. But it could very well be a mental thing for me. I wasn't able to eat fish for many, 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 many years. I could eat first experience with any kind of seafood. I first started being able to eat shrimp. And then I added crab and some other shellfish to that as well. But I still could not eat fish, any kind of fish. It didn't matter what kind of fish it was. And then when I got pregnant, it was all I wanted was seafood. And I don't know what happened other than me getting pregnant because all my childhood I went through not being able to eat fish. Like as soon as I put it in my mouth, it'd just be a natural reflex for me to just, gag. Like I just could not swallow it.
Well, I was the same way with beef. I was a vegetarian for 10 or 12 years before I got pregnant with my son, and then I got pregnant. I wanted medium rare steak.
Yeah, so maybe it's that because I also developed allergies after I got pregnant too.
Yeah,
that I
they
never
change
had
us.
before.
They change us.
Yeah. It's like I've gone my whole life without having allergies, and now like they kick my behind.
Like I used to love yogurt. I used to be able to eat a liter of yogurt, no problem. And I can't even take the smell.
Another thing that I started eating and I love now, in addition to the seafood, over easy eggs.
I'll eat eggs anyway.
Have been able to catch me eating an over easy or like I was that scrambled hard chick. How do you want it scrambled hard?
Nah, man. I'll eat eggs poached up. I buy eggs 30 at a time.
Oh, I love them.
I'll eat eggs anyway.
Well, eggs out here for a minute were like diamonds and shit.
Oh, so it's better now?
A little bit, yeah.
Because I paid $10 Canadian for 30 eggs, which is like $7 or $8 American for 30 eggs.
So for that price, you would have gotten maybe 18.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh, man. 30.
During that little debacle. It's a little bit better now.
I don't know if you answered that question, but I think it's Char.
Oh, are we working on the leather tonight?
Yeah, they're the leather shoes.
Well, I'm working on Crocs.
So I think
yes. So Tara has kind of like a what? Is it like foamy? Like that foamy leather, like that foamy?
Yeah, because these are not real Crocs; they're dollar store Crocs, so they're like $4. Mm-hmm. So I just sanded it down with a very fine sandpaper. Took the shine off of them.
But what Reca taught us this evening, Shar, is that we do not have to do just leather. We can do canvas or cloth fabric shoes as well. And you can use the same paints. Just add a little additive to it for the fabric. And I am not an artist as far as like really knowing how to draw. So these ladies are more artistic to me in that aspect. So I'm actually using heat transfer vinyl. So I just printed out an image and I'm just applying it with my heat gun.
Yeah, and like I said, I still have to go over this. I'm not quite satisfied because I can still see like the white behind it. I want to see like a solid red. I don't want to see like the white
kind of streaks.
Any like white streaks. So I'm a probably, I think I went over this 3 times if I'm not mistaken. Sometimes you'll go over it 3 times. Sometimes it may take more. I don't do heavy coats. I do thin coats. The thinner the coats, the smoother the surface. So the heavier the coats, you'll get the clumps and more streaks and all of that. So try and do like smooth coats. I mean thin coats when you're doing it.
Probably take longer to dry too.
Yeah, and then you can hit it with the with the heat gun to speed up the drying process on it. And hit it again with some more coats. So yeah, this one is gonna take, I think I'm looking at probably like a couple of more coats on this one. This side is fine. It's this side.
So you can tell my shoe is old. It has a dent in the toe that I can't get out, but that's what it looks like with the heat vinyl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't use my iron. So what I did is I just cut a little tiny square like this of parchment paper to put on top so that it doesn't curl. Because the first one I printed out and put on, as soon as I hit it with the heat gun, it started curling all up like a shrinky dink. And so it folded on top of itself and I just tore the whole shoe up. So I had to print it out again. But I like the way that turned out. That looks cute.
Very cute.
I painted this with the paints that you saw me using earlier. And I just used the little brush that came in here. So I didn't dirty up any of my brushes. I just used this little brush that came in there.
Yeah, you can definitely use those brushes in there. It's just when you get to those little corners and those little
right.
If I show you some of my brushes, I use the brushes too, but I didn't use some of them brushes so much they all bent up and
yeah, and I should have, because I don't have a steady hand as you do, Reca. I probably should have masked mine off with some masking or some painter's tape so I didn't get any paint anywhere I didn't want it. But in the areas that I did get paint,
yeah, sure, you
wasn't
can get
supposed
some,
to be.
Actually, you can get some go ahead. What is it called?
So
it's don't they have like a Mod Podge? They have a Mod Podge spray sealer that you can use. You can get
I
that.
use that when I do my stickers.
Yep, you can get that Mod Podge spray sealer. You can also purchase so much stuff over here.
So I have this high gloss acrylic finisher.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Used to seal it.
That's what I was looking for. So yeah, you can use it to seal. I usually kind of with those, if I'm putting on the transfers and everything like that, I usually try and do like a double seal just to be on the safe side, especially with the kids' shoes because they a little bit more.
They're doing a lot more damage, right?
And then when you're done, I have it's called water and stain repellent. And I spray every shoe before I ship it out with this to keep it clean. The water just rolls off of it when you're outside or whatever.
Yeah, so Shar, I'm the one that doesn't, have the drawing skills. So I would either use a stencil or something like that as well. Until I found out that you can use the vinyl. And then that was a game changer for me because all you have to do is just print out whatever image you want to use.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely would want to seal it, put something over it.
Those are cute. Those are really
I'm going to show just one more time because she came a little bit later. This image here is like the jellyfish from SpongeBob. That's done in a clear water transfer, water decal paper. These images on the side of the shoe with SpongeBob and Patrick, those are like this shoe where I just used printable heat vinyl.
right. Oh, and then I'm sure the Shar. Also you can use, these are a pair that I've done, but this is like what did I say that was?
Ribbon.
This is ribbon that I cut out, but you can use fabric. You can use the transfer. What are these? Transfer fabric, heat fabric, whatever. What do I call these little things? Sheet fabrics.
Vinyl fabric.
Vinyl fabric. Yeah. Look, you can use the vinyl fabrics and put on there. You can go to, I don't know if you guys have like a Joann's or wherever that they sell the different type of character fabrics. You can use the fabrics and put them on. What I do is when I use it with fabric, I use a shoe cement for the fabrics because it keeps it on there. It seals it on there really, really good, and it won't come off.
Did you see that, Tara?
Clear. So it's a sealant in it also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she's saying that she uses that when
to put the fabrics on.
To put the fabric on.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen like other people when they do their videos or what have you, they're using like Mod Podge, but I think that would be better. That'd be
because it's more
sturdy.
What did she say? Yep. Yeah. That's thing. Yeah. You know how when the kids buy their new shoes, back in the day when you used to buy your new shoes, you want to spray them shoes down so you won't get them messed up when it start raining and stuff.
Maybe because my mama wasn't buying me no more until next school year. Okay.
That's the same.
You better make them shoes last all year long.
Water just roll right off of it.
Mm-hmm. I used to get that whenever I would get like those UGG-like boots.
You don't need to seal the vinyl. Once you put that cement on there, you don't need to seal it. I usually sometimes when I'm like this shoe right here, when I put the sealant on it, I kind of went over it with the sealant on this part. It only thing that it did was just give it a little shine. There's different kinds. I think you got the one with the gloss, right? And then I
probably would have preferred the matte kind.
Yeah, and I like the matte better. I have a matte too. I think I got them all, but I got a satin, a matte, a gloss. I have all three of them. So it just depends on, you can seal it and it's not gonna do anything. It's just gonna give it a little shine because that cement is gonna seal it all.
Yeah, and that fabric vinyl that she's using, Shar, it's like like back in the day, diners, the vinyl that's on the seats or on the tabletops or on the benches or what have you. Yeah, like pleather. Yeah. So it is very durable. You don't have to seal it on top. So she just uses that to adhere it to the shoe and make sure that it doesn't come off. Yeah,
because here's a whole sheet of it right here.
Yeah, and you can see the shine on that when the light hits it a certain way.
A certain way.
Mm-hmm. If you don't have it and you don't want to invest a whole lot of money because you may not be doing this on a regular basis, you only want to try it out one time, what have you. You can use Mod Podge liquid or Mod Podge spray
Mm-hmm.
to seal your shoes. I've even seen where people use like hairspray. Now, I don't know how effective that would be, but
Yeah, I
I've
haven't
seen
seen
it.
it.
It's not waterproof. Hairspray is not waterproof.
I would think the
so.
oils in it would kind of mess
Yeah,
it up. So yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Because you can wash hairspray out of your hair, so therefore it can wash off the shoe.
I would think so too. So I just went ahead and added a coat of that glossy acrylic finisher sealer stuff.
So like when I say the like a heat fabric, here's the flexible additive too. But this when I told you the Alpha Flex that I get the mystery box, this is I got this that came in it.
So that is what you would add to regular acrylic paint?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's like for fabrics. So if you're painting on clothes or something, you know how you use paints and you paint on clothes, and when you paint on it and it dries and you have that the crickly, or it's a little hard and rough. This makes it more flexible.
Okay.
So almost like sublimation rather than it having vinyl on it.
Right. It makes it like this right here. I did these pants.
Okay.
So yeah, I used I actually used this one. I didn't use the other one, so I used the GOC. But yeah, it just makes it more flexible, and when you touch it, it's not hard and rough.
So I need for the viewers and also for you ladies to give me a theme for my shoes, and I will go ahead and customize them and do a full-on video that we can post to the channel. And then Reca and I are going to hook up on a later date to have her show you the professional way. I'm gonna show you the Genoa way because I gotta use what I got to get what I want. So that didn't take very long to dry, Reca. It looks like it's almost completely dry to touch.
Yeah, but like when I do shoes for people, even though they look like they dry, I still wait a good 24, 48 hours before I put them in the bags and seal them up and ship them. And leaving a trail.
Yeah, usually when I'm doing anything with like paint, epoxy, resin, anything, I'm gonna let it sit for a few days too. And I let people know that. They get mad sometimes. But it's like
it's just a drying process.
You gotta let it dry.
Yeah, you have to let that stuff cure, because even though it looks like it's dry all the way, it's not.
Right. It just takes one little bump or scratch to
and
mess
that's just like with the stones that are on here, with the rhinestones that I put on there. You gotta let that stuff sit and cure completely.
And you guys, I know you probably don't think so, but even if you're working with permanent vinyl, 651 Oracle, what have you, it's supposed to cure for 2 days before you ship it off to your customers. And a lot of people don't do that. They stick it on there and then they send it off right away. And you're wondering why your vinyl is coming off. You didn't let it cure.
Mm-hmm.
It has to cure. It has to give it time for that adhesive to really stick and adhere and cure onto whatever you put it on. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't think the hairspray is a good idea either. But just to let you know that there are other alternatives. So if you don't want to invest the money to get a set of pro leather paints like what we've been using in the video, you can use, we discussed earlier, fabric markers. You can use alcohol permanent markers like Sharpies or similar. You can even use acrylic paint. But what Reca was explaining to us is that when you're using just regular acrylic paints that are not specific for shoes or for leather or for fabric, then you want to add a fabric additive to it so that it will make the shoes more pliable so they don't crack when they dry all the way.
Right.
Um,
if y'all want to do the Angelus, I mean, you can buy, I think Angelus sells like a variety set for like $40.
I'll look up and see how much I paid for it. I got this one. This was like a 12-piece color set.
Yeah, there's different amounts or whatever, but even though they look small, this little amount goes a long way. Like literally, it goes a long way. I mean, I didn't had these paints. I didn't probably had these for a couple of years, and I just been buying and buying. I had to stop buying it because I got like so much of it, and I was realizing I was buying the same colors because I kept. I was like, "Oh, that's a nice color," and then I looked and was like, "Oh, I already
have 4 of those." Okay.
That happens with stamp sets and die cuts.
I was like, "Welcome to the club." I do that all the time, and then I find it, and I'm like, "Oh, that's where they were." I was nervous that I wasn't going to be able to even do anything with you guys tonight because I knew that I had this pair of shoes. I just didn't know where.
Yeah. So if you guys go get brushes, I just go to Michael's. Use your little 40% off, 30% off, and they have the little pack of brushes. Use that 30% off and get that pack of, I think it's probably like, I want to say about 20 brushes in there.
Okay.
Yeah, the big pack.
Yeah, and that's what I usually do. I just go get the big pack of those. I do have some good brushes in here for when I'm actually doing my painting because they flow better on the canvases. So, but
okay, and when you're using these types of paints, either the high, what is it called, high tech?
The leather paint. The leather
What's
paint.
the name brand? Yeah.
Oh, Alpha Flex.
Girl, where the hell I get high tech? I'm just making stuff up. I'm creating my own names.
Yep, this is Alpha Flex.
So if you're using Alpha Flex or if you're using the Angelus paints, what is the best way to clean out the brushes? Are you suggesting just regular water, or is there some type
I usuly do just hot water, and I'll put either a little bleach in there, but lately I've been putting some what is that? What is that?
Fabric softener?
No. You know what I'm talking about. The
Totally Awesome?
Yeah, the Awesome.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah,
because I'm like, that's what I always have on deck. That's
totally yeah, because I know that's why I said you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I put some Awesome in there because I noticed that the Awesome cleans out my brushes way cleaner than the bleach did. So either if I don't put a dab of bleach or whatever in there, I'll put some Awesome, especially with the red, with the darker color paints, because I have a lot of white brushes and it'll stain my brushes.
Yeah, that Awesome Char is like Frank's Red Hot. I put that on everything.
Yeah, look. I have a big gallon of it. I just pour it in a little jug
I have my refill bottle up here, and then I have my big one in the other room, and I just, when it's running low, I keep
yes, buy by the gallons and just pour it in the little containers. Refill it up.
Yep. So I have this that 100% acetone. When you are first getting ready to work on your shoes, she showed us just to.
I'll show you. Yep. So this is the acetone that I bought. I actually got this one from Family Dollars. You can get them at Dollar Tree as long as it's 100% acetone.
I was gonna say I had this big bottle just from because it's 3 women in this house, so we always doing our nails and stuff. But I just got this from Dollar Tree, one of those.
Yep, that's how mine is.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is like that too.
I just take this and pour that in there, and then it makes it easier. You just squish it and get the
or
acetone.
or you can, when you're using your cotton balls or whatever, put them in a jar and then pour it in there, and then you'll have it. It'll be ready to go. You just pull them out and start cleaning.
This was awesome. So where are we at with your shoes? I haven't seen it. Like, I keep showing my little Hello Kitty like it's doing something, and it's only a quarter of the whole shoe. I just keep reverting back.
Look, you finna make me go. You finna make me go downstairs and find my my paper.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, back in the day, we would just print our stuff on regular copier paper and Mod Podge.
And transfer like that.
So what was it called? Decoupage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So we would print it on that and just do it.
I did a canvas like that. Me and my sister's pictures. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I printed our pictures out that we had took at a Christmas party one year and printed them out on regular, just, paper. And then I Mod Podged it and let it sit overnight. And then I wiped it off and it just transferred on the canvas. And then I just painted around the canvas. It looks so pretty.
Yeah, and you want to do it with copier paper because the thinner the paper is, the better. So the preference really would be for you to print it onto tissue paper.
Mm-hmm. I did it on regular copy paper, and it came out really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
It came out really good. The
actually revamped a dresser doing that method.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a blank dresser. We good for passing down whole bedroom sets that used to belong to a grandma to a 3-year-old. Like, she's supposed to just be able to appreciate
the drawers that came apart.
Doorknobs and stuff. Baby,
go to Hobby
Lobby,
bedroom knobs for that. Go get some nails and nail that drawer back together and slide.
And that's what we did. We got some wood glue and some nails. We fixed those drawers, and then I decoupaged the characters onto the front of the dresser. So she thought it was wonderful. I was like, yeah, Auntie was saving you because your mama was not about to go buy you a bedroom set.
I am laughing at you because why?
19.
I have a drawer in my walk-in closet, dresser in my walk-in closet right now that I bought from the Goodwill. One of the old ones. It's sturdy. But I said I was gonna pull it out and repaint it and everything. But the drawers had fell apart on me. My daughter was like, "Mama, throw that away." I said, and I'm finna go get the nails. I already got some of that wood. Look, I just fixed the drawers last week and put
it
though. Back in there.
They do that to me I know you're not saving this for nothing, and I am.
I bet you watch when I reupholster it, they're gonna be like, "Oh, where you get that
from?" Exactly. Now it might take me 25 years to do it, but I'm gonna get to it. To leave my shit alone. Don't touch it. I'm coming back. Leave it alone.
That part.
Leave it be.
All right. So I'm done.
So what you said, pick a shoe, a character, or just
a character or theme or whatever. Now these shoes are my size. They're going to be for me. So I don't want to put no Coco Melon or nothing like that. No Dora the Explorer or whatever is out right now.
Do something like butterflies or something like that.
Something with empowerment. So I finished my Crocs.
Oh, those are cute. They kind of look like, when I looked at them, they kind of reminded me of autism shoes.
Well, for neurodivergence, more like it for
neurodivergent.
Mm-hmm.
She's politically correct.
Well, I'm also neurodivergent, so. What I'm going to do is once they dry, I'll do a second coat so that because the purple needs to be done more and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then I will put the black lines on them and I'll post them so they can look like my comic book shoes. I'll probably wear them to Comic-Con.
I'll try and finish up. I'll try and finish up this shoe. I still got to finish up the outfit. So once I finish, I'll try and finish this shoe up this weekend, and then I'll post this.
That'll be awesome.
It'll be one shoe because I got to find the other one.
That's all right.
That's okay. Everybody will get the idea.
We got a vote in for butterflies, and then we have one for Black pinup girls, and then Tara says women empowerment.
Yeah, I'll go for women empowerment too.
Okay. All right. Then I will do it. I shall do it. Now, what I was gonna do was I was gonna make me a decal on my Cricut and try and make them look like some fake Nikes. So I just bought these off of Amazon.
You can do that too.
Yeah, so I don't know, I want to be able to wear them and not be embarrassed to tell people that I made them. So these were my practice shoes. I have like 15 different things on them. I have
at least
the embroidery patches, the
those are really
slide,
cute. Yeah, those are really cute.
the paint.
So what do you prefer? Did you enjoy it? Do you like to do the vinyl, or did you prefer the water slide?
I would say I like the water slides better than the vinyl.
I like the water slide because I didn't have to cut it like exactly. You know what I'm saying? The background is clear. Yeah, so even if I made it like a huge circle, no one would see it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't see the edges at all. So the first image that I printed out that I was going to put on the shoe was the woman with the head wrap on, but it was so busy that I had to cut it exactly, or you was going to see all of that busyness around her. So that's why I opted to go with the Hello Kitty, because I knew that it has that thick black outline. So that helped me.
But you can fix the busyness if you go into whatever program that you use and put in, what does it call it? Offset in black.
Mm-hmm.
A very thin offset.
Right.
And it would just keep all that busyness contained.
Right. Yeah, so I'm excited. When I actually spend some time, sit down, do some designs and stuff like that, then I will get those. And I guess those will be the shoes that I use when we do our video, Reca. The hardest part for me is just always thinking of what I'm going to do. So once I have that idea, then everything else pretty much flows a little bit easier.
That's me. So, I'll do, I guess what I'm going to do is, I guess you want me to do the video too on finishing these up?
That would be awesome.
Okay, I'll do the video.
Or if you want to start from scratch, because we didn't record the first part.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because what I was gonna do is I have some fluffy fabric that I actually want to attach on the inside, so you'll have the furry fabric.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, okay.
And then I may go ahead and drill the holes and put the fat shoestrings in there.
Mm-hmm. So when you do that, do you just use like a wood burner?
I use this drill, but it's the I just changed this out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just changed my tip out because I have a tip that drills holes.
Okay.
And it's actually the same color, but it's like a oval shaped thing. So all I have to do is just stick it in the hole and drill, and it'll just open that hole up a little more.
Awesome. Awesome. So Shar definitely is saying the empowerment as well. So we'll do that, and I can add the pinup girls to that too, some kind of way, Shatrice, because I like the idea of the pinup girls too. And then it's just gonna be a mixed match of different things then, because I'm going to add some funny in that and something that has to relate to cancers.
Put some sarcasm on there, some sarcastic text or something.
I have to.
If once I find those other pair of shoes, I have to do these. These are my Converses. So these are mine. I'm customizing these. I'm actually going to do this side of the shoe is going to have my picture. I'm going to do a collage of my picture and my son's picture. Just do a collage on that side. Orange is my favorite color. So I may do like half orange, throw some rhymes.
So are those fabric or are those leather?
These are fabric, and then it's leather
okay.
here. Yeah, this part is leather, but this is fabric. Yep. So
Ooh.
yeah.
So you wearing those to your birthday, or are those for just?
No, I'm gonna wear them for my birthday. So the plan was, if I can find somebody local to print out my DTF prints, because I need a few prints. I bought some orange fabric. I was going to actually make me a puffer jacket. So what I was going to do is, like,
you see, we both had the same reaction.
So I was like, the back of the puffer jacket was going to have the pictures, our pictures. And then the front of the puffer jacket, I was going to do like half of it orange and the other half with, some pictures or whatever on the other half. It was going to be like a sleeveless one so I can, have my arms out. But I was going to do a puffer jacket and I want my shoes to kind of match it.
Okay, so you're going to be styling and profiling. I'm definitely going to need pics. Lots of pics. Lots and lots. Okay.
Well, yeah, I got to break the sewing machine out.
Yeah, I still haven't completely taught myself how to. I have both of my sewing machines down here with the little dust covers on them, where they've been for the last however many years.
Mine's right up there staring at me. The only thing I can make with mine is maxi dresses.
Mine's still in the box, brand new. I think I got a lot of stuff in the box, brand new around here.
I'm in the same boat. So whenever I look over here to my left, it is like my graveyard of things that I haven't used in a long time. And then when I look to my right over here, these are all the things that we've worked on over the last several weeks during our lives that I've just never put away. So over here, I have a mold making machine that I've only used one time. Don't even really know how to use it. It was one of those We Are Memory Keeper machines. We're supposed to be able to make molds to make like cards and cookies and all kind of stuff like that. Let's see, I have a Xyron sticker machine that I don't use. This is the
okay. Get the stuff out the boxes.
We gotta get. Listen, I have a mug
point right here. Do you know what this is, Reca?
I have one over there.
Is that one of those pin, the stamper things? No,
it's a bedazzler. Do you remember back in the day, and then have the infomercials for you could bedazzle your jackets
and everything?
Oh.
I have one right over there in the box.
OMG.
I think this is old. This is older than my youngest child. So
mine too. Mine's older than my son.
Yeah. So possibly maybe the oldest one too, but I think I got it when she was a baby because I was bedazzling the shit out of her jeans when she was little. And my baby was in preschool, fly and blingy as heck.
So which one is your child? The shiny one right over there.
And she calls them bedangles. This girl is almost 21 years old, and she calls them bedangles.
We're done with it.
Mm-hmm. But I have a mug press still in the box. I still have my cinch in the box. I actually have a binding machine, a 4-to-1 binding machine. Actually, 2 of those in the box. Yeah.
Once I come back, when I come this summer, because I'll be somewhat kidless free. But I plan on breaking out that my rug gun and
A
trying to.
tufting gun.
Yeah, I have that.
Now, that is something that I have been wanting to try. I've been talking myself out of it because of all the other things that are still in boxes that I haven't tried yet. But that is definitely something that I have been wanting to try. I am looking forward to you breaking it out of the box and showing me.
Look, and you know what? I took it out the box and I said, okay, I'm not going to work with it yet because I had to put up my frame. So I ordered my frame and I put my frame up. This is when I was living in an apartment. Kids came over, tore the frame down.
I want to do it too, but I'm going to do smaller ones because for me, the gun, it's too hard for me to hold. So they have the tufting little tool. It looks almost like one of those crochet things that you can do your hair with. So it has like a wooden handle or a plastic handle, and you could do it by hand with a small little frame.
Yep, I seen that.
I'm going to order that.
We used to do those when I was younger. We'd go to I can't think of what it would be called now. It was a store back in the day that was called Pay and Save, but now I guess it would be kind of like similar to a Kmart or Walmart or something like that. But they have this little tiny craft section, and they have these rug kits that you would buy. And it would have that plastic, like, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
the hook and thing, you know. So you make make a little rug or what have you. So
we use those tools now to do our hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the same thing. So I'm gonna order on Amazon, and I could probably do like an 8x8, something very small, even if it's just like a small bathroom mat. I don't have to do
everything to make a Chiefs rug because I'm a Chiefs fan, so I have everything to make a Chiefs rug. Don't roll your eyes. Not roll your eyes. Look, the champs is here.
Whatever.
I'm
not getting in the middle of that. I am not getting in the middle of nothing.
But I seen
you lucky that I love you.
I seen somebody do a Hello Kitty one, and I was like, oh, that's real simple because it's there. It's just like I think it's like 3 or 4 solid colors.
Yeah, maybe 3 or 4.
So I was like,
black, white, pink.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I might go run and grab and the thing about that is now when I go to Walmart because I just be buying yarn because I know I'm gonna start doing it. And so if I see it on sale, I grab it. But when I go to Walmart now, they don't have no yarn. I'm like, everybody tufting now? Damn.
Everybody doing everything now. There's nothing new and innovative anymore because once you put it out there, somebody like me is going to see it and I'm going to do it.
That's okay because I'm getting ready to start wrapping. I'm getting ready to start wrapping people's cars. That's what I'm going to do.
That's how I get my vinyl. I go to the different little wrapping locations because they'll give away scraps, but scraps for them is like 24 by like 6 feet. Yeah. That's scrap. So I have so much vinyl from car dealerships.
If you come across some chrome pink wrap, let me know. I'm trying to wrap my granddaughter's car, so I need some chrome pink, and I can't find. Every time I look for it and get ready to go order it, it's out of stock. And when it's like in stock, I don't have the money to order it.
It's usually the way it happens. But yeah, I have a bunch of vinyl that came from different body shop people because they're gonna throw it out anyways. They can't use it. The pieces are too small.
Right. They're using those big, huge commercial plotters if they are having to cut shapes and letters.
And they're cutting a big way and throwing it out.
They have those big rolls.
Yeah. And they don't want to keep the scraps. And
my friend brought over a whole box full of scraps, and I was like, some of them was bigger than what you would get when you go to like the craft store and pick up a roll of vinyl. It's way bigger than
It's
2-3
double.
feet.
It's double or triple the size, depending. Because I'm looking at now, so
Hi, Design and
Hi,
Vine.
Vine.
it's
Hello.
36. I have 36 wide by probably 7 feet long. That for them was scrap.
Wow.
And then they gave me roll of transfer. I'm like, what am I gonna do with this big? Like, I need little squares of transfer. So I'm cutting little pieces. They gave me squeegees. Their squeegees to do cars are huge.
Mm.
It's basically
Right.
the size of a cricket mat is what they consider a squeegee. Because when they're doing the cars, right, they have
Right.
the smaller ones, but when they're doing a hood, they're gonna use a bigger squeegee. I'm like, dude, like, y'all gotta cool down. Like, I don't have room for all that, but it comes in handy.
So when they're
yeah,
doing those wraps, are they like doing it like how we used to back in the day when we put our own tent on a window where you have to like spray it down with some kind of something and then you put it on there so you can still move
I've
it
seen-
around? Or is it once
I've
you put it
seen
down,
some
it's
of them
down?
spray something on there, but then I've seen some of them use the heat gun to kind of heat it up
Right.
and then put it on there. But I've seen
Right.
tutorials because I'm actually trying to customize my granddaughter's car because I'm getting ready to start up a kids car show.
Oh, it's so cute.
Okay.
But yeah, it
That'll
depends
be
on the
dope.
vinyl. It depends on the vinyl because there's some vinyl that's heat activated because then that way it molds onto the car.
The car, right? That's the kind that I want.
That's not so. It's that's the major wrap. That's the definition of a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then you have the other ones where it's the vinyl. You have to pull it. Like they usually do 3 or 4 people holding the vinyl, and somebody's there with the squeegee, spray,
Right.
and lay it down.
Yeah.
But the heat one, they're not giving me no scraps for the heat. They're just giving me the other vinyl. That part, the one that's heat activated, because they can layer it and kind of when they use the heat, the seams disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They're not giving me any of those scraps.
Yeah,
And then they're coming in
that's
with
why I
that little
keep finding
razor and
that
just
every
cutting
time I
off.
put it in my cart, it's gone. I mean, literally. I mean, I need the pink chrome. I'm like, I'm gonna have to go. I guess I got to go with another color. But I really like that pink chrome because it's so pretty.
Yeah, this was considered like scrap, but do you see how long this is?
Oh wow.
Okay, so I have that, but double it. That's what they gave me.
This is how a regular roll of vinyl.
Oh yeah. That's long. Yeah, you definitely have to cut
And
that.
I've been using it, so this is all that's left, but yeah, that was just some scraps that was brought over, and I said I take them all. I take all scraps.
Heck yeah, because you can still use it.
Yeah, on something, definitely.
Yeah.
Even if you use it for a stencil for something else, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Always can
Yeah,
use
because
it.
I've been using the same vinyl now going on 3-4 years, because if I'm doing like a water bottle, I only need something small to like put my mother's name on a
Maybe
bottle or put
3
like a Bible verse.
inches, 4 inches.
Yeah, so this
That's
vinyl's not going anywhere. And then the transfer tape, because it's commercial transfer tape, you can use that stuff 30 times. It ain't going nowhere. It's forever sticky. So I'm using the same piece of transfer tape for like 50, 60 different water bottles because the thing is not, it's consistently staying sticky. I'm not losing the transfer stuff.
Yeah, I think
Is
I
it
got some
releasing the
transfer
vinyl
tape
too?
downstairs that I don't need. I'm trying to get rid of it because it's that heavy duty transfer tape, and when you put something on there and stick it and pull it off, it's pulling everything off.
Oh,
Yeah.
to help you with that, just like if you have jeans on or a shirt, just put the transfer tape on you to kind of get a little bit of linkage on it, and it makes it less strong.
Okay. Because I actually bought it because it was on the clearance rack, and it was a bunch of it. So I was like, "Ooh, transfer."
Yeah, just like she said, just put it on your clothes, and it'll pick up the fibers from your clothes.
Okay.
And it takes some of the sticky off of it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So it's not so. Hold on, because I have some of that too, and it was great at picking up the image, but it would never release the image on whatever you're trying to put it on.
Yeah, we call that the Gorilla Glue transfer paper.
Right. And then if you did happen to finally get it off, it's taking the paint off of the tub. It's
the shine, the holograph.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've
It's
been using
the
the
corrosive transfer tape.
shelf liner contact paper from Dollar Store.
And,
Yeah.
and I can't never find that here.
Or the stuff that you put on notebooks, you know, to cover your books, the protection stuff for your books,
Mhm.
for books. I use that too.
Yeah, I
I've
couldn't never
heard
find
and
that.
seen in a lot of the craft groups where some of the ladies use
I think I was using
masking tape.
masking tape. I was just finna say I was using masking tape at one point.
Yeah, masking tape, and I've never tried it before, but
But there's a
It
transfer
worked.
tape. There is transfer tape that looks like masking tape because I'm working at a maker space, and the lady had a big, thick thing of transfer tape, and she's giving it to me. I'm like, but that's masking tape. She's like, no, it looks like masking tape. And it feels like paper. You can just rip it, but it's a transfer tape.
Mm.
I didn't know that. I
Oh,
thought all
interesting.
transfer tape was transparent and plastic looking, but no,
right.
Mm.
you can
Yeah,
use
so
masking tape.
out here it's very rare. I mean, if you find a Dollar Tree that carries the transfer tape, I'm buying up all the rolls that I can afford to get at that time because not all of them carry. I think the last time though that I bought some,
I use froggy tape,
I got
painter's
the
tape.
big,
What
huge
is
roll
froggy tape?
from Walmart.
We call it froggy tape because it's green. You guys call it painter tape because yours is usually blue.
Right.
We call it froggy tape or frogger tape. It's green. It's painter tape, but it's green.
We have Frogger's tape
Something
too.
like this.
I think that's the name brand.
But
Yeah,
mine is green.
I
No, well,
actually have some green and the orange.
Mine is
Oh,
blue.
you got the blue.
yeah. Well, we call it froggy tape because we majority of the time it's green here for painter's tape.
I
So
have
this
the
is
white
mine.
one too somewhere.
So I can get it like this one. I think it's one. This is 1 inch, but we can get it up to like 3 inches wide.
So it doesn't cause a problem with you not being able to see through it?
For when I'm transferring?
Yeah.
No, because when you're doing it, you can kind of see the indent of your cutout.
So do you, like if you have, okay, so like for example, this is only 1 inch. So if I have a decal that say like 5 inches, then I would take 5 strips and
Overlap them.
just overlap them. Okay.
The same thing you would do with your regular transfer tape if you had a big something you want to transfer,
Right.
but your transfer tape is on, so you overlap it, right? You do the same thing with the froggy or whatever tape you're using, but then you can also see the outline of your vinyl because it's not very thick.
Right.
It's thinner than transfer tape.
And I swear by painter's tape. As a crafter, I can say this is probably in my top 5 list of supplies that I have to have at all times.
I think I have 12, and I probably have like 8 rolls open at the same time because I can never remember where I put the roll.
Yeah,
So
I was losing too. So
this is the only one
I'm
that's
just saying,
closed.
I have the regular masking tape too, but I'm looking and I'm like, I don't see it somewhere.
No. So, but I have this tape everywhere and different sizes. Just don't know where it is. And then it's used for like when I want to do with my Cricut and my mat's not sticky enough. So I put my paper down, my cardstock. I put the Frogger tape around it and cut because I don't want to clean my mats.
I use it also because it's very low tack. So when I'm running it through my embossing machine, sometimes the dies move around. And so I'll just get a little tiny piece of painter's tape to hold the die down so it doesn't move around. And then when I'm done, I just take it and I stick it to the side of my embossing machine, and I'll just use the same piece of tape over and over and over and over again until I can't find it anymore. It's stuck on something and it disappeared, or it's just, not sticky anymore. But most of the time it's just because it's old looking, not because it's not reusable.
What you should get for your dies too, you should have a magnetic plate. I have a magnetic plate, the best thing I ever bought.
Well, I have a Cricut Cuttlebug. They don't even make this particular item anymore. So, excuse me?
What is it called? A cuddle what?
A Cuttlebug.
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah,
It's a
so
small
it's a
embossing.
manual die cutting machine. So basically, Cricut is an electric die cutting machine.
Mm-hmm.
Before they had Cricuts, they had manual die cutting machines.
Okay.
And I'm a paper crafter, so this is a must have for paper crafters.
And if the power goes off, you can still craft.
Oh,
Exactly.
you know what? I have one of those downstairs. The lady gave it to me at work, and I didn't know what the hell it was.
Oh, that's an awesome thing. So what this does, Reca.
So I literally have one of those downstairs.
The same one?
Yep. Yep.
So it has a little handle on the side, and that's to feed through whatever you're going to push through.
Said there's like some the plates or something to it or something. Yep.
Because you have to make a sandwich when you're putting it through. You call it sandwiching.
So these are my sandwiches. So you have a sandwich that you use when you are cutting, and then you have a sandwich that you use when you're embossing.
Yeah.
So this is a die cutting / embossing machine.
Well, girl, I got one of them.
Girl. And I love it because, you know, sometimes if you need something like really intricate, the Cricut will tear your material up.
Yes.
A metal die, it is 90% or more foolproof. Like, it's going to come out the same and perfect every single time. The only downside I see to the manual die cutting machine versus a silhouette Cricut scan and cut, or even if you're doing a commercial plotter, is that you have to buy the dies and you have to buy the embossing folders. You can't just go online and find something and use it. You have to have the actual manual product with you. But like I said, what you get, you can't compare. It's like apples and oranges. So when we first started doing these lives, we were mainly doing paper crafts. And one of the initial demonstrations that I showed was how to use this manual die cutting machine. So like right now, this is just a regular piece of pink paper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing fancy about it. So what I do is I take an embossing folder like this, and they come in so many different designs or what have you. And you just stick your paper inside the folder like this. And then you go ahead and you create your sandwich.
And you just roll it through.
Yep. So I create my sandwich with my plates. My piece of paper is in there inside of the folder. And then I'm going to run it through the machine. And then now look. I don't know if you can see. Maybe if I turn the light off. Does that help?
No, I can't see it. I can see it. Yeah, I can see it now. Yep. OMG.
So just taking that plain piece of paper and created like a whole different look. Now the paper looks expensive.
And it's a two-fold too, because one side will be raised, the other side will have an indent. So you can flip it over and use either side. Right.
So if you want the image to be raised up, you would turn it on that side. If you want it just to show just the details, right?
Yeah.
I did not. You know what? I had got that, and she gave it to me, and I was like,
"Thank you."
What am I gonna do with it?
I'll take it. I don't, turn nothing down.
And now you can get the dies and the embossing folders at a more affordable price if you go to the marketplace on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people now have upgraded to the electronic machines. So a lot of people are no longer using their dies or whatever else in the embossing folders.
I love my manual die cutting machine. I will never get rid of it. To me, it's like.
So can I take like if I have like a quarter or something and put on there, I can run that through there too and get the same effect?
You'll get
You'll get some. You won't have like every single little last detail
Detail,
probably.
but
I
you'll
mean,
get
you'd
like
have to have
you'll
a
get
pretty
some of
damn
it.
good quarter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like your quarter would have to be pretty good.
Yeah. But then again, too, you might squish your quarter.
Right.
It might flatten your quarter because of the way the sandwiching is. The sandwiching is for cardstock.
Right.
You can and foam, like you can emboss on foam because it'll get squished.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to remember the quarter is going through a manual press. It's going to squish it, so you might lose the densest, whatever the thickness of your quarter.
Mm-hmm.
But you can try it because also the dies that we use, the dies is metal, but they're thinner
They're
than a
very,
quarter,
very thin. So this is a metal die.
and it's extremely thin.
Really
Okay.
thin. It came in a set with all these other little dies. They usually come in like a pack based on like a theme or something. So this one is arrows and feathers. And then I took that same piece of paper that I originally embossed and I ran it through the machine using that die, and look what I got.
Oh.
Now
And
I
the
could have
die,
done that with my Cricut, but I'd have to go in, I'd have to design it, I'd have to cut it, I'd have to have the paper put
Right.
in,
And you got to
wait for
print it out.
I just did that in 30 seconds. I mean, less than 30 seconds.
and
And look at
the die itself, the metal die is thinner than the embossing folder. Embossing folder can be thicker because it's plastic. It's just going to get squished.
right.
So the actual metal die is even thinner than the embossing folder because it's metal.
Yeah, they're very, very thin.
So I'm pretty sure there's people out here that can like I can design something and send it to them and they can use their little metal
Laser cutters. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I love them. Like I said, I would never ever go like
Well, then now I know what I can do with that thing because my sister's wedding is coming up, so I can make her invitations.
Yep.
Yeah, I probably have I know I have way over 100 dies and way over 100 embossing folders, but I can't tell you exactly how much over 100.
Yeah.
But I love it because if the power goes off, I don't have to stress. I can still craft.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't quite have that many, but I have a lot of them, and I thought my initial thought was that once I started using an electric die cutting machine, that I'd no longer want or need to use the manual die cutting machine. But I found very quickly that wasn't the case. Sometimes it's just way easier to use this than to, like I said, have to go and design something and do all that extra. This is just too much. They come out perfect every single time. I'm not worrying about having to sit there and watch the machine, make sure it's cutting it right, make sure the paper is not getting tore all up, and there's no blades that have to be changed. It's all about pressure.
Yep.
It's all, that's all it is. It's just pressure.
And I don't think she didn't give me any of the plates or anything. She just gave me the actual machine. So I guess I
if you've ever ordered from Temu,
yes,
they're a good place to start. You can get
I
dies and embossing folders for like $1.
Oh, girl, you ain't saying nothing but a word. I gotta look. Look, they just send me an email.
Just look at that.
I got items.
Cut out that little tiny ass word.
Oh,
the Cricut would have ripped that up.
Yeah,
it would have tore it up. And then I have this one. So I just take my little weeding tool. If all the little tiny things don't come out, they will. That's the other thing too. Sometimes you'll cut with your Cricut and it won't cut all the little things
you
out.
gotta take your X-Acto knife and go in it and cut it.
And that one says hello.
Mm-hmm.
There's a trick to that too.
Small.
When you're doing delicate things like that too, if you have a fabric softener sheet, you can put that underneath, like put that with your cardstock. So you put your cardstock and put the fabric softener sheet. When it cuts it out, when you poke it through, it's going to be the easiest thing to take out. Because a fabric softener sheet will give you a little bit of cushioning.
And what I like about using this too, so like, for example, these are so super, super tiny and they're super, super delicate, right? But I could take that die and run it through the machine like 3 or 4 times and then easily stack these on top of each other and make it like 3D. Give it some height.
Like how we make
so many things you can
put some put some resin on them, some color on them, and make earrings out of them.
Yeah.
Girl, don't y'all quit giving me ideas.
Yeah, I love it.
Like I don't have enough stuff over here to do.
I know, sorry. We're paper crafters, so we're gonna always tell you what to do with the paper craft.
We don't apologize. We are enablers.
Deal with it.
You will get no apologies here. Sorry, man.
There's no sympathy here.
You're in the wrong place.
Look, I'll be stacking all type of stuff up, talking about some Gold Chiefs.
Yeah, and you can get your theme chief stuff too, you know. You have to search for it. But
yeah.
She said I gotta search for it.
Nobody care about y'all. No, I'm just saying. I'm always gonna be salty. Listen, it took us from 2017 to get back to the Super Bowl, and then y'all stopped us from getting that. But that's okay because my boy Jalen Alexander Hurts.
Oh my God, I'm so happy for him.
NFL player in history, and he has an all-woman management team. They did that for him.
They did that. They literally did that. I'm so happy for him. I was like,
I am very happy for him. And Moms too, because that was a historical.
He deserved it though. He deserved it.
Yeah.
That was a very historical Super Bowl for both teams. You got 2 black quarterbacks for the first time, a coach. Like, yeah, it was dope.
Yes.
It would have been even more dope had we won, but that's all right. We're going to let that go.
It was dope because we won. So it was dope.
But we see you again next year. It's all good.
I'm ready to watch the draft pick.
You ready?
Yep. We've been on here for 2.5 hours almost.
Yeah. Look, for example, I always say in the beginning, we're not going to be on here long, and then I never adhere to that.
Lies.
What is that?
This is Timo or Timu, whatever you guys call it.
Yeah, I have that app already. It's on my I order from there all the time.
So there you have butterfly dies, little Christmas, little trees, and whatever
are
else.
They called dies?
Yes, they're called dies.
Yeah,
metal cutting dies. So like these are nesting ones. So you have one shape, but you have different sizes. So that they're called nesting dies. It's like you have the little Russian nesting dolls.
Nesting.
So you have different shapes with different sizes of the same shape. Nice little floral wreath. Happy birthday. So go to Tamu or whatever it's called and shop away.
Okay, so wait a minute. You said nesting dies, or is it just D-I? Is it D-Y-E-S or
no D-I-E?
D-I-E.
Yeah. So the nesting ones are you have the big
dies for card making.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Oh, they have a rose flower. Okay.
They have everything.
They have everything, girl. Like this one over here is simply beautiful. Let me see if I can do this again. Back to front. Can you see this one here? To make a card.
Oh, that's for a whole card, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Then here you have a die here to make a door. Here
I'm looking at that one right now. The one that you I'm looking at that one right now.
See, like this one here, you have a bunch of different wave ones, so they cut different colors and overlap them.
Yeah, and then there's one that looks like it cuts it out. It cuts it out to where you can just make like the card. It looks like a gate or something.
Yeah, gate is called a gatefold card.
Yeah, the gatefolder. Yes, that's not, okay.
So there's a
I
bunch.
already got the machine, so I just got to get the dies, huh? And the little
Embossing folders. So if you type in embossing folders as well, that's where you have the one where you can make your paper
Put
of
a
texture.
pattern indent on your paper.
So there's a bunch of different, like, and they're overly affordable.
Yeah, because I'm looking on here. Some of these right here that I'm looking at are 69 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, I made my first order. That should be coming next week. Like, I got myself a dress. I got myself the croc little toy things. Gibbets. What else did I get? I got a keychain for my son because I had a nice little saying engraved on it.
So now I feel like I have to do something with these little cutouts. I'm not going to throw them away.
So next week's project.
oh,
Right. I was like, I'm not going to throw them away.
These are really pretty.
Yep.
So this was one of the latest sets that I've gotten of metal dies. I picked this up at a store out here called Tuesday Morning. Are you looking, Reca?
Okay.
So like
we have a Tuesday morning here.
And if I turn it around, what happens is you cut out all the papers out of different colors, and then you can put them together, and then that's what it'll look like at the end.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying
so
to
when you stick those together, like, is there a certain type of paper thickness that you use?
65 pound is the most of what I use. 65 pound. I'm trying to see what I did with.
But can you use thicker?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have to run it through twice.
Okay. Okay.
So when I use one that's thicker, like she said, I run it through and then I run it back.
That's it.
So instead of just having it go
forward and then go backward.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll run it through and then
with the 65 pounds, with the 65 pound that you use, I know you said like when you stack them, it looks like it's a 3D. So how many do you stack? Like 2 or 3, or is it like 3 or 4?
It tells you. So like this one is 3 pieces, this one is 4 pieces. Mm-hmm. But the little tiny pieces like that go in the little stamen and the stems and the leaves, they're all out of separate colors. So that's why there's so many pieces. But it was really easy. I'm trying to find the card that we made during that live where I used this actual die set because they are so pretty.
That die set is equivalent. You know when you do an SVG and you have the different layers of something and you have to layer it afterwards? Mm-hmm. That die set is considered like an SVG die set because the flower is in layers. So you'll stick the layers on top.
And in the order, and it shows you how to put it in the order.
Exactly. So it's equivalent to SVG.
Okay.
Right. So like the bottom layer is the solid one, where it's just the solid, and then you might have like a leaf that you add, and a petal here. Yeah, and then what the finished product
is the whole flower.
Is the whole flower.
Okay, I got it.
I'm horrible at the camera. Yeah, so that's what it looks like when it's all put together.
So I consider it to be similar to an SVG.
Right. But again, how intricate all those little pieces are, you run the risk of having the Cricut or Silhouette tear your paper up before you get one finished flower out. Not to mention, you have to put, it on the mat and arrange it and do all, like that's just a lot. When I have,
like for me, the Cricut is good if you have to do multiple things.
Right. That's
if I'm going to do 12 or 24, I don't mind because I don't have a Cuttlebug. I have a different company. It's called Sizzix and it's called a Big Shot. Same concept, it's a different brand. If I'm going to do 12 or 2, if I'm going to do 2 dozen of something, I'll just do it manually rather than having to fight with the Cricut.
Okay.
I'm not fighting with the Cricut and having to calibrate and do whatever else I have to do. I'll run it through the Big Shot.
Yeah. If I'm doing multiples, You know,
Oh, I
depending on
see
what
what
it
you're
is,
saying.
then I
I see
might
this
go
flower
ahead and
that
do it on
they
the
have on
Cricut.
here. Yeah, I see this flower that they got on here. They got it in layers, and then
Mhm.
once they put it together, it's a
Right.
whole little flower. They bent. Oh yeah, they fluffed it up and folded it up, and
Right.
oh,
And it looks real. It looks 3D. It looks
yes.
good.
But it's
I
a
really
fraction of the time it took to do on the Cricut.
where that box is. Oh, here it is. In my graveyard. I should have known. This is a card that we had done on one of our lives
Yeah, there
where
you go.
I used that die set.
I was finna say, is that a little? Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
ones
so
that look like a
everything.
book.
Yeah, this was the book one, and why can't I ever figure out where to put the stuff for the camera?
I like that.
So I just cut out like a whole bunch of the leaves so that I could do that border around.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the front, I have 2 of them. I'm still, is it that?
Oh,
There you go.
So
Boom.
how much do you charge? How much do you charge for those?
For a 3D card like this,
Yep, like that.
this size, it'd be at least 15.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Hmm.
At least 15. It's a lot of little intricate details because I made all of this. This was just a regular piece of paper.
That is so cute.
So every color, every detail, everything in here, I did by hand.
Yeah, minimum 15.
Machine for anything.
I like that.
Even the words on the inside was a stamp.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't pull out the Cricut for this at all. We actually made this card and one similar online.
I'm gonna have to go back and find that video then, so I can order some of this stuff, so I can do one of them.
Yeah.
I like that. Hopefully, I ain't gonna be able to do it before Mother's Day, but maybe.
Paper crafting is our number one thing because it's so.
It's our number one thing. So I was gonna say earlier, if left completely up to Tyra and I, every week it would be some type of paper craft. It's
because
just
that's what we have.
We're comfortable with, what we enjoy doing, and it comes as second nature. But I understand that not everybody
So
paper craft.
I was thinking I want to do I actually got to figure out how to do it, but I got another idea. I got another idea for a craft to do etching on glass.
Mm-hmm. We haven't done that.
I have the stuff. I've never done it. I have the etching cream. I have the stuff to make my own stencils. I have the glasses. Just never did it.
Yep.
I made my cousin a cutting board. It was a glass cutting board, and I etched a picture of Lionel Richie. And then it said, "Hello, is it me you're cooking for?" She loved it.
So I have like 3 mirrors, and on one of the mirrors is I wanted to actually put I wanted to run it. I can probably run it through my Cricut because I can make the
stencil.
I have a long stencil, so I can probably run that to the length of that, whatever the length that, you know how they got that Cricut length.
That would be a great
picture in the center of one of them.
And it's a great craft for us to do right before Mother's Day too, because I'll tell you, one of the most popular gifts is doing etching on the bottom of like the Pyrex type baking dishes. You see where if you go to a potluck, you know which one is yours because it'll say Reca's pie plate or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's a popular theme that I'm seeing a lot of them pop up in the craft groups recently around Mother's Day, because that's
it started last year. Yeah, it's the Pyrex one started.
Popular. thing.
Yeah,
And
'cause
I
I was
know,
thinking, yes, I think, yeah, we can do. Oh well, no, I can't. I'll be in Kansas Mother's Day. I'll be on the
no,
road.
we would have to do that before because that would have to give people time to make it
Okay.
before Mother's
Yeah,
Day and
it's the week
for
before. And yeah,
offer them for sale if they're, in business or what have you. So yeah, we
I
can do
would
that.
love to do. Yeah, that would be nice because I want to break these mirrors down, but I wanted to do that and put his picture in the center of it and just put like some little words or something on just that center mirror, and then the other two just leave blank, but kind of put them on the you know how they've been making the mirrors on the foam boards.
Yeah.
Yep,
Mhm.
and put them all on the foam boards and then just hang it up like that. I think that'll
It
be
would look really nice.
Shatrice says that she etches and she's about to etch a clock if she can find her clocks.
Etch a clock.
okay.
That'd be awesome too. Etching mirrors, I've only done an etch on a mirror one time, but I like the way that it turned out. Even with etching mirrors, how about this? Dollar Tree handheld mirror with a little affirmation right at the bottom. Hello, beautiful. You know, you
Yeah,
look.
we don't have those.
Good morning, gorgeous.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
I
you guys don't have the little handheld mirrors?
No, I'll get a square piece of mirror or glass, whatever it is. You call it mirror, we call it glass in French. So piece of mirror and like c'est quoi ça? A stand. You know those stands that you put your photos on?
Mm-hmm.
So that and I could put an affirmation at the bottom, like you say, "Hello, gorgeous,"
Mm-hmm.
because
Those would be really good
we don't have
for
those.
Mother's Day. And switch it around for Father's Day where it's like hello handsome or something says something about a beard or whatever
Yeah,
the
because
case may be.
we have the mirrors that they pivot. Like you have the magnifying side and you have the other
Yeah,
side.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
the men use that when they're doing their beards or whatever. So I
Right.
can get that and etch on both sides.
Right.
And then we have the mirrors for women for makeup that are the same thing with the lights on the side.
Right.
So you can do something. So I can do that, but we
Right.
don't have the handheld ones here. Not anymore.
Right. And those would actually be really good money makers for businesses. So if it's something that you are interested in offering for your customers, I could see those easily selling, especially, and I'm gonna always shout out my people first. I love everybody, but I'm gonna shout out my people first, but especially when you are using Black Girl Magic, because we don't have the opportunity to ever find those in stores. It has to be up to us to make it and offer it. So I could definitely see those selling really, really well. So it looks like we have a few ideas that we can easily accomplish over the next couple Friday lives. So I'm very excited about that.
Well, you guys count me in because I'm trying to get out of my little rut, and I appreciate y'all bringing me on.
You can come on
It was
with
so
us.
fun to have you here.
Yeah.
So this is. I said this year I was gonna. Last year was rough for me, so I said this year I was gonna come up and start being more creative, and just being around more creatives helps me create and get into. Right now, I don't have any creatives around me, so it's like I just get in the bed, crawl in the bed, and lay down, do nothing.
Well, now you're stuck with us.
So yeah.
So now I'm gonna have to be getting on you every week too.
Yes,
let me step my craft game up because I can't be competing with both of y'all.
Because I don't have no friends either.
Tara already been doing my best for the last 2 weeks.
I need to be like you. Like, why she ain't called me?
All right, so now you're stuck with us.
Yeah. So expect it, and you guys are further ahead of me as far as the time. So I can call you as early as I want to. I just can't call you as late as I may want to.
Well, now for me it's 12:39. I still have like another hour or two because I have to edit so many of my digital images now to put on Etsy. So I ain't going to bed anytime soon.
Yeah, it's 11:39 right here for me. So yeah.
Yeah,
it was 9:39 on this side, so it's still a little early for a Friday night. For me, I'll probably head right to bed because I don't have a life. But
No, I'm getting ready.
I
think I'm gonna
So
get
we'll
ready.
talk offline, ladies, and finalize
Yeah.
exactly what we're going to do for next Friday and the week after. And then as far as everyone who joined us this evening, we'll let you know as soon as we know exactly what we're going to be doing on Friday. We're here at the same time every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. However, my two co-hosts are 2 and 3 hours ahead of me. So if starting earlier would be better for YouTube, or for the viewers, I am completely down and open to do that. It doesn't have to be set in stone that it starts at 7 p.m. my time. That was just initially what I threw out there, and it's kind of what we stuck with since then. But it's not. Yeah, it's not concrete.
Yeah.
But you can always watch the playback as well if you guys are not able to join us at that time. I do leave the playbacks up. I want to say thank you to all the mods that were on here tonight. Okay. Trees, Danae, I saw you earlier as well. Mixology, I see you, sister. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Shar, thank you for coming back. I appreciate having you back. We had fun last week. And then for anybody who's this your first time, make sure that you like the video, share with your crafty friends, and join us next week, same time, same bat channel. Follow Precious Delights Canada, follow Legesi Unleashed as well on all social media platforms. And I guess we're outie until we see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.